Welcome back, ladies, to the Grown Women's Table. Ladies, it's your girl, Lori. Hey, girl, hey, how y'all doing today? Y'all, I know. I've been saying this for about a month now that I was going to give you guys my review video on the Sonia G Pro Face Set. And I actually got a couple of other pieces to go along with it from the Sky Set. So, y'all, it's finally here, and we're going to talk about it. And if you want to know my thoughts and opinions and if I think they're worth it or not, you might want to just keep on watching, okay? Keep on watching.
If you need some advice or looking for an idea, just to get some tips, you can get that right here. This is Lori's life. Yeah, this is Lori's life.
All right, y'all, let's get into this video. Now, let me get the brushes out. Your girl picked up the Sky Face Set. I'm getting them all out because I got a few extra ones so you can see what they look like. So you get these 5 brushes. This one right here is the Pro Face brush. Yeah, I can't pronounce this, so I'm not gonna play myself. I'll write it up here. And then this is the the Cheek Pro, Fan Pro, and Detail Pro. So we're going to talk about the Pro set first. And then once I finish talking about that, I also added to my collection, I added the Master Face, which comes from the Sky set. And then this one is called, what is this one called? The Soft Cheek, which comes from the Sky set. And this is the Sculpt 2, which comes from the Fundamental set. So we're going to talk about it all. And I'm going to let you know what I used them for. And what I'll do is I'm going to let you know what I used them for. And then I'll put on the screen what Sonia G said they're for. Because a lot of times I feel like makeup and brushes and all those type of things are very personal. And you use them in whichever way works best for you. So we're going to start off with the first brush, which is called the face brush, the Face Pro brush. Y'all see this brush? And it's a mixture of the dyed and undyed goat hair. And I've washed it twice already. So this is what it looks like after 2 washes. And y'all, you guys already know, but maybe you don't. For those that might be new to Sonia G, the brushes are so soft. You guys know the brushes are soft. So what I use this brush for, it's really for applying my powder. So like if I just want to go in and like, cause I don't set my, like when I put my foundation on, I don't go in and set my whole face with powder because, you know, once you contour and add blush and all those kind of things and bronze, that's a lot of product. So I just kind of hit the spots where I know, like on my forehead, down my nose, and I'll hit my chin. So that's what I use this brush for. Now, if you wanted to, you could use it for a bronzer. Like some people bronze with this. You can use it to sweep away your powder on. If you're a baker, you know, you can sweep away your powder, stuff like that. So there's this brush right here is very multifaceted. Like you can use it for so many different things. And y'all, you guys already know how the handle and the hardware and all that stuff is. And the way it goes in this angle, it'll be nice if you wanted to put on some blush, but kind of like diffuse it and blow it out because it's nice and it's not really, it's dense, but it's not. You see what I'm saying? You see how it has some movement? So that's what I use that brush for. Now the next brush is the one that I cannot pronounce the name, and I'll put it up here so I'm not going to play myself. But y'all, I love, do you see how this brush kind of comes? Let me put it straight. You see how it kind of curves? It comes to a curve and then goes to a point. Now, what I use this brush for is for my bronzer, y'all. When I tell you, and do you see how it flares out on the skin? So when you put the product on, it blends at the same time. And then what I really like about it, because see this point, so when you go down, that point comes up. So it kind of gets thinner as it comes down. So you know how you don't want this big, thick. See how that would be kind of too thick a bronzer or contour? But with this brush, it starts off thick. You see that? And as you swipe down, it gets thinner, that peak. That's what I really like about this brush. So that's what I personally use it for. But I know some people use it for blush. Some people use it for swiping away products. And that's one thing about the Sonia G brushes. A lot of her brushes can be used for multiple things. So if you decide, hey, I don't want to buy the whole set for $270, I just want to buy certain brushes, you can do that and be able to get multiple uses out of them. Now the next brush is the Cheek Pro. Where'd it go? Now, let me tell you, this is what the Cheek Pro looks like. Like I said, I've washed these twice. And y'all, this brush is really great for the apples of your cheek. And it's dense enough to where it's going to pick up, and that's one thing about these natural hair brushes also, they do pick up quite a bit of product, so it's a learning curve. But with this one, by it being so dense, y'all, it really will, let me show you. It will get in here, and you see that? You see how much product that is on that brush? And I always like to use it on apples of my cheek. But then you can use it on the apples of your cheek, but then you can also turn it to the side, and you see how I'm blowing it, diffusing it out, blowing it out like that. So it's not so concentrated. But if I want to concentrate the color, I can make it flat and just go in like a circular motion, go to the side and blow it out. Gorgeous. So I really enjoy using this blush. Now, the next brush is the Detail brush, y'all. This is one of my favorite brushes out of this collection. This brush is so freaking useful. It's also a mixture of dyed and undyed. And I didn't tell you about these. These two are just dyed, straight dyed hair, goat hair. You guys, this brush, first of all, is great for eyeshadow. I don't want to mess my eyeshadow up, but if you just want to go in with one color and just put it over your entire lid or blow it out, like, you know, you blow out a color, you could do, this brush is amazing for that. As a matter of fact, I want to get another one so I can use it for eyeshadow only, and then use the other one for detail. Now, when I say detail work, honey, let me show you. Okay, so this is the brush, right? And this is a little bitty itsy bitsy sample of the Tasha Charlotte Tilbury bronzer in their deepest color. By the way, they're supposed to be coming out with a deeper color. So if you want to go in and do some detail work, okay, so if I just want to go in, remember I told you guys how I put my powder on, right? I don't just set my whole face, but say I just want to kind of go around my nose area and add a little powder around there, around my mouth. And it's really detailed. You could use it to contour the nose. You know what I'm saying? If you want to contour the nose, that'll be good. But I love it because, I mean, it just gets in those small spaces. You can use it to set powder up under the eye. See how well it goes up under the eye, y'all? This is a really very, very functional brush. So I can set my powder under my eye if I wanted to. If I wanted to just use highlight in a very concentrated manner, like if I go in this shade right here and this right here. If I go in here and just put this on here, and I want to be very intentional, right? And go right in that one little spot. You see that? See how that does? And then you can turn turn it like this and blend it out. You see that? Yeah. And I'll tell you, these brushes really pick up a lot of product. Now, the last brush in this set is the Fan Pro brush. And this brush is, I would use, you know, for highlight, you know, maybe if you wanted to contour the side of your nose. I pretty much don't use this brush that often, to be honest. This is like my least favorite brush out of the set. But the only good thing about it, because it is undyed, if I wanted to use it for a cream product, it will work for a cream product, because you cannot use cream products on these dyed goat hair brushes. So that's the good thing about it being undyed. I can use it for a cream product, like a cream highlighter if I wanted to. So that's what it would be used for. Now, let me go ahead and tell you guys, out of the 5 brushes, which brush I like the most and all that kind of stuff. If we're gonna break it down, right? All right, so we're gonna start from my least favorite to my favorite. So we already know the fan brush is my least favorite. Now the rest of these brushes are all amazing and I love them all. But just because of how much I use them, that's what I'm basing them on. You understand? It's not because they're bad brushes at all. All of them are phenomenal, but just if I had to break it down, this is how I would break it down. Number 4 would be the cheek brush. Now this is where it gets real hard, y'all. It gets very hard right here because I love all 3 of these brushes. I absolutely love them. But I'm gonna say the detail brush. Even though you just heard me rave on how much I love it. I do love it, but it would be 3. And then my second favorite is this brush because I just love the way it feels and I love how it just curves. And you can see how it just curves onto your face. I love this brush. And then my favorite brush out of that, if you can't get any brush out of this collection, I feel like this is the brush to get because you can use it for so many things. So that's how I feel about the Sky set. All right, y'all, let's get into the additional brushes that I bought just to add as supplements to my collection. So if you ever seen the Sky face set, which I'll put a picture up here so you can see it, it comes with 5 brushes as well. Well, out of that set, I only picked up 2 brushes, but I think I'm also going to pick up the mini cheek brush as well. But the other 2 brushes I did not want at all. So I went ahead and picked up this brush, which is called I think it's the soft cheek. Yeah, this is the soft cheek brush, y'all. And these bristles are longer. Okay, let me show you the difference. If you look at the Cheek Pro, see how short these bristles and see how dense it is, how densely packed it is, versus the soft cheek is longer bristles, but look how much more movement that brush has. It's not as densely packed. So if you ever watch my videos, you know how I like to use 2 different color blushes. I always like to take a lighter shade on my apples of my cheeks. And then I always like to take a deeper shade right here on this part of my cheeks and kind of just blend them in. It gives a nice gradient look, y'all. It's really pretty. So if I go in with the brighter color right here, and then when I want to go in with that color back here, do you see how great, look at that. See how that just goes across the skin? You see, especially when you're using a deep color and it's very pigmented, you don't want a very dense brush that's going to pick up a whole bunch of product. You want something a little bit more airy. And this one is a little bit more airy and is able to apply it so you'll see it and blend it. You see how, do y'all see how that brush go against the skin and blend that in so you can have that transition? So that's why I picked this brush up. Now the next brush from the Sky set that I picked up is the Master Face, guys. Oh, these brushes have been washed once, so I have washed them. And as far as shedding, because I know when you get these brushes, they normally shed before you wash them. And someone was telling me that you might have to wash them up to 3 times to stop the shedding, but I have not really experienced that. I washed them once and so far they're good. This brush though, honey, I picked this brush up because if you've ever watched me put on makeup, you know I like to press in my products, like my foundation and my powders. I like to buff it. And this brush is great for that. Like you can go in and just buff in your products so beautifully. And I like to press it in and then just go in a circular motion just to buff it in. And it gives a silky, healthy look to your face when you do it. And I can definitely, I don't know if you can tell the difference, but I can definitely tell the difference. So this brush is totally different from the Face Pro. So the Face Pro brush, as you can see, is a lot more airy. It has more movement. Now, the master is very dense. You see that? Densely packed. So when you press it in, it's actually pressing in. You can feel it. Kind of feel like it's bouncing off your skin. You can feel it pressing in the products that you're putting on your face. And then when I buff it, you can feel the buff. And it's densely enough packed, but loose enough that when I buff, you see it still has that movement as far as it flares out some, but not just go like this one. It'll flare out a whole lot. See how it flares out? See that? This one don't do all that. It stays together. So it'll really buff your makeup into your skin. And y'all, when I tell you, to me, that adds the finishing touches to your makeup. Try it and see. So that's why I picked that brush up. Now, the last brush that I picked up and added to my collection was the Sculpt 2 brush. And this brush is made a little differently, as you can see, because it's from the Fundamental, the original one, the Fundamental series. Now, I like this brush, y'all, because look, most fan brushes, like this one, even this one is a little thicker than some, but most fan brushes, you guys know, they're very thin, right? This one, no. This one is, see that thickness in the middle? It kind of tapers thin, and then it gets thick right in the center, and then it goes back to thin. So what I use this brush for, and I'm going to do a little demo, is, let me get a mirror. I use this to contour because I feel like it's going to get right into, that's how I'm going to mess my makeup up, but y'all look. You see how it fits right there? Fits perfectly. And while I'm putting it on, you see how it's blending it out at the same time. It's just not like a streak. You see how it's blended out? And then you can take the brush and go upward, or you can brush it downward if you want to, however you like. But you see how quick that contour? Yeah. It just snatched my face just that quick. Let me do the other side. I'll be back because y'all know I got a match. All right, hold on. And you can also go down the bridge of your nose on the side. I'm just using whatever product I had left over. But yeah, that's why I picked this brush up, because I felt like it would be a really good contour brush. And I just love the way it's shaped. And it's, to me, they have one bigger than this, a bigger size that I think is undyed. And then they also have one that's smaller. But for me, this is the perfect size to get right there in between, you know, the little, you know, y'all know the little spot where you contour at. It's perfect for that. And I can bring it on around if I want it. Right here. Bam. So great brush. So guys, those are kind of what I do with the brushes. Now, do I recommend Sonia G brushes? If you're new to this channel, you don't know the answer. But if you're not new, you already know the answer. Say it with me on a count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Yes, honey. I recommend these brushes because, for one, these tools make my makeup application so much easier, and it feels better. You don't have to worry about the scratchiness and the roughness of brushes. It's very soft, silky, smooth going across your skin. But while you get that luxurious feeling of doing your makeup, it's actually working. It's actually doing the work for you, so you don't have to spend so much time trying to get your makeup to look a certain kind of way. So out of the little add-on brushes, which ones I like the most out of the add-on, the ones that I added on, if I had to break these 3 down like I did before, number 3 would be the cheek brush, number 2 would be the sculptor brush, and number 1 would definitely be the master face, because I love this brush. And one thing I will say this also, do you feel like you need to get the Pro set and the Sky set? I would say this. If you look at, let me take this out, take this one out. But if you look at my collection that I have now, these brushes, And then these two are from the Sky set, but this is the Pro. This is, wait. Hold on, I got the wrong brush. Okay, I had the brushes mixed up. Okay, so this is the Sky set, and these are addition. I mean, this is the Pro set. These are the two from the Sky set, which I will be picking up one more from the Sky set. Now, do you need both sets? No, you could get away with just this set. But if you wanted to get both sets or just add on to it, I feel like it's worth doing it because they enhance each other. It's not like you're getting a brush that's actually doing the exact same thing as the other brushes are doing. You understand what I'm saying? So you can either go through and buy the sets, or you can just pick in between, you know, individual and make your own set. Be creative to how you want your brushes set to look. You know what I mean? Whatever works best for you. So you guys, that's the end of this video that I have been promising you guys. If you've ever tried Sonia G, please leave it in the comment section and let us all know how you feel about the brushes. And I want to know, what is your favorite Sonia G brush? You don't got to tell me why. Just tell me what is your favorite Sonia G brush. And guys, I feel so good because now I have my face set. And now I also have my eye set. And if you're wondering about the eye set, I do have a video comparing the Pro versus the Sky, and I'll leave it up here. So if you want to check that out, if you're interested in purchasing the eye set. So guys, if you're not following your girl on Instagram, I need for you to do that at It's Lori's Life. And to all of my new subscribers, I mean all of y'all, I see y'all, and I appreciate you. And all my OBs, I appreciate y'all too. I'll never forget about y'all. But to all my new subscribers, I see you and appreciate you. And if you have not yet subscribed, I need for you to hit that button so that I can save you a seat at the Grown Women's Table. And until the next video, bye-bye, ladies.
Check out Lori's Life. Yeah, this is Lori's Life. If you need some advice or looking for an idea, just to get some tips, you can get that right here. This is Lori's Life. Yeah, this is Lori's Life. Check out Lori's Life. Yeah, it's Lori's Life.